Hi again, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very exciting, potentially even game-changing product feature. In fact, this could be a standalone product, but I think it fits well within sort of the end-to-end workflow when it comes to getting your products, your physical goods, out onto an online marketplace like ShopBirdy and helping to generate those unique marketing materials, especially if you're a brand manager or a graphic designer or you work in advertising. This design tool using AI, image generation, prompt engineering, and other features that are built into the ShopBirdy platform will let you prototype package designs. You can do photo shoots. You can create assets for your campaign. They'll be on brand. They'll look really good. As you can see from this example, I've generated several, about a dozen or so. And I want to walk you through how it works. So it's actually very simple. Essentially what you want to do is you'll start with a prompt describing your product. And to kind of make it easy, we do have a prompt library here so that you can just select from the list a ready-to-use prompt. We'll go ahead and we'll change this to, let's say, elegant ceramic, let's say, bowl with chopsticks and a soup spoon. All right, it's elegant ceramic bowl with chopsticks and a soup spoon. I want to, so if you have an image, you can upload it as a reference. Let's say you have a background that you really like, you have a brand visual, or any other reference, you can upload that. You can go ahead and define your categories and your specs if you would like to. You don't have to, but I think it potentially could help. So I don't really know what is the exact size. I can mock something up. Let's try this. I don't know if this will work, but it's designed to actually give you a 3D representation of what that product will look like. In this case, we'll leave it up to the GenAI to interpret our prompt. We want a ceramic bowl with chopsticks and a soup spoon. The great feature that we have now is we have these scene templates, which provide you and the AI image generation model kind of some structure and some guidelines into how you'd like your end image to be laid out. So this has taken some of those concepts that we're familiar with in terms of graphic design, print layout, and other ways of, organizing your design elements and your assets on the scene. And we have lots that we can choose from. I just added a new one. I haven't tried yet. I'd be very curious to see how it turns out. So in this case, I'm going to use this Thai traditional style. Think of it almost like a filter, but even beyond that, it's actually going to help you arrange everything. So this is going to place ideally the bowl on this pedestal using a Thai traditional style motif. Let's see how it does. So we've got our prompt with our product, and we've got the scene described, and we've even passed it dimensions and other things for the model to even ground itself a bit more. Now we are going to generate this render. So you're going to see how quickly we can create production quality image and art assets to be used, as I said, if you're a brand manager, if you are in packaging design, if you're in product design, if you're doing social media marketing, right? You want to be able to have beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous imagery that's really going to capture the user's attention as they're scrolling or as they're moving about the city. So here we are. It's almost finished rendering. We've used this tool to help craft a really detailed prompt, and I think it did a pretty good job. I mean, this is really quite ornate design, quite traditional. very much being inspired by the traditional Thai artwork that you would see in temples and other places around Thailand. As you might remember, we had passed the instruction to the model to generate this lotus motif. I think it's done that perfectly. It interpreted that the soup spoon in this case, in the Thai context, which is you would commonly have when you're eating, for example, kway teow or boat noodles, essentially, soupy dishes with noodles. So the soup spoon there is to help you eat the broth and to eat some of the other dumplings and other meatballs and other things that you might have within that noodle dish. You've got the chopsticks there as well. The bowl is very ornate, and it looks like it's almost designed perfectly within that pedestal. So that looks really cool. I can download this image now, and I can share that. I can do all kinds of things. So I think that's actually a really, really great result. Let's try something else. As I said, you can click the surprise me button. It will pull from the library. Let's try this one. Gold trimmed perfume bottle on mirrored plinth, chevron light rays. Cool. Now in this prompt, it does pass through some of the scene description, but we can also go in and define, even with more specificity, how we'd like this scene to look like. So considering we want a gold trimmed perfume bottle on a mirrored plinth with chevron light rays, to me this would be great for a luxury brand. So I want to, maybe I'm in cosmetics industry, perfume, fragrances. I'm going to want to use some of those really outstanding visual and design elements in the end result. So I mean, I could choose an art deco style, a noir film poster, if I really want to make it stand out. But in this case, I want to try to generate something that would be right at home in a department store, within the luxury department, or within the cosmetics or the fragrances. So I'm going to look for something that has that luxurious feel to it. So let's try, we can go with this very interesting luxe fashion editorial style. We can do a Swiss grid editorial style. We might want to even have this be part of a nature scene. Again, considering our target demographic and our product, I'm going to try to find something that I think would work really well, just holistically. Let me go ahead and let's do an industrial urban style. Hopefully we'll still take into consideration this sort of luxurious feel to it. And let's go ahead and let's see. You know what? Sometimes it's fun just to be creative. Gosh, there's so many different choices. That's the great thing also, is that you can just have fun with this. Let's try holographic tech ad. You know what? Let's do that industrial, but let's see what it can come up with. Go ahead and generate that render. So again, we're gonna do the gold trim perfume bottle. There should be some elements of light rays being cast, some sort of mirrored effect. It's going to be generated within an industrial kind of urban environment. So maybe that'll have a nice contrasting. It'll look bold. It will look kind of eye-catching, and hopefully it looks really great. But let's see. Just give it a moment. This typically, for a graphic designer, would take probably several days of work, plus you'd have to do the design reviews and the editorial reviews. That looks really cool. That looks really, really cool. Wow, that looks hyper realistic. It looks like you can pick up that product. I mean, it looks almost pixel perfect. It has such great composition. The colors are realistic. The lighting, the reflections, the way the light refracts, just the different the different focus levels. You can see in the background we've got, you can see that the perfume bottle is in the foreground, but we also have a sense of a background, and it has sort of this diffused effect with the light. That just looks tremendous. I actually love that. What you could also do with this is you could prompt it to add your own brand guideline to that. So if you wanted to try to have your brand logo or even just your brand name somewhere on the image, that would also be possible. This is really fun. Sleek bamboo cutting board with geometric engraving, Nordic style scented candle in a recycled glass holder, espresso cup and saucer on a terrazzo cafe table, morning sunbeam across frame. Yeah, this is just pastel-pink wireless earbuds with sticker doodles and tape corners. Okay, so that prompt is speaking to me in a way of, this is probably going to be more of a youth product, Gen Z, maybe high school age, college age. The sticker doodles and tape corners. That's pretty funny. So we'll do the pastel pink wireless earbuds, and then we will select a kawaii style scrapbook look, and let's generate that. That's the other great thing about these image generation models, is that using prompts, you can really craft a unique style guideline for it to follow. You can refine that over time, and then all the images that you create from there, once you have this really great prompt, they'll be on brand. And I just think that this process just saves you so much time and effort and cost, right? Setting up the photo shoots and hiring all the people and then doing the edits. Now you can just iterate, and then you can A/B test your images to see which are resonating most with customers. And this can also enhance your product gallery in the e-commerce store. So if you only have, let's say basic image of each of your products, using image gen, that's funny. Yeah, that's really cute. So these are wireless earbuds with sticker doodles and tape corners. I just think that's so cool. Yeah, that's just really awesome. I love this. Again, this is using the latest models from OpenAI. You might ask, can I do this within ChatGPT? I believe you definitely can. If you have, I think the you might need to have the premium or the paid account. And it would be able to generate this for you right in the app. But with a tool like this, because we have the API integrated, you can then make this collaborative with your team. You could have all these extra tools that we've built out. You could then send us these images and use them as part of your marketing materials or as part of your product description or your product profile page. And at the same time, we can, from our side, we can take all the existing product catalog images and then iterate through them so that we can turn one image into a set of 4 images, for example, from every different angle and different compositions. So that just is a quick demonstration of our latest feature. I'm calling it the product designer feature. It does integrate with our manufacturing request form. So if we wanted to actually build this product, we could pass this order through to the manufacturer and have it be built for us. So again, I'm trying to incorporate all the different parties in the end-to-end supply chain process. So whether you're on the manufacturing side, whether you're on the product and design side, the branding side, marketing side, or even if you're just a person, a creator, and you want a product to exist, you would love to see if you can get enough people interested in your product design that there's demand for it, and then you could become a product distributor, or you could create your own products and sell them on your own store. And then I think what would be even cooler is if you had your own sort of brand, whether that's your online brand, your influencer brand, your channel name, whatever that might be. A lot of influencers do sell products as part of a additional revenue stream for them to monetize their content. And at the same time, a lot of shoppers do look in social media for shopping inspiration. So I just think that, looking at it holistically and trying to show how AI can be integrated through each step of the process is I think important to drive adoption and the overall growth of the entire industry, the entire sector. I kind of harken back to my early days with Playbasis, whereby because we started out as an API first product, it was sort of incumbent on us to be able to illustrate and show customers, potential buyers, all the different use cases that they could that we could imagine for them, that they could imagine applying into their own business. So whether it was using game-based techniques to drive education outcomes, environmental outcomes. Maybe we wanted to add some extra fun factor to a behavioral shift of making offline payments now happen online, digital payments, mobile payments, card payments. And so we had to develop a lot of these different use cases and ideas for different diverse customers. But I think at the core of it was still this overall trend of the consumerization of enterprise software and how the delta between what traditional apps offered, the experience, compared with what the users were engaging the most with in terms of social media and video games. We wanted to help address that delta and give larger incumbent organizations who may not be experts in digital products development or design, we wanted to give them an extra edge to make their products accessible in a way and feel like the apps that customers are most used to using. So in that sense, I do think that generative AI can benefit from having more and more of these use cases. And then very quickly thinking about how does the prosumer use this as well as the employee for the productivity. And I also think that it's important because if you are at a large organization, the AI adoption is likely to happen at different ends of the spectrum. So you'll probably have the IT firm rapidly, the IT department rapidly adopting code assisting tools, code review tools, and other agentic forms of AI in the domain of software development. You'll also probably have on the management side or the consulting side using AI chatbots to summarize documents, to generate reports and get key insights. But I think in the middle, all of the other functions also want to have AI applied to their work also. So I think it would be important so that when we want to bring AI into an organization, it's not limited only to the technology function or only to the executive management team, but really we want to have AI jobs or AI tools for all of the functions. So I think from an organizational standpoint, if you can think about all the different functions and departments in the organization and introduce a tool that helps with some aspect of their job and then integrate it end to end so that you create that kind of that workflow and how everyone is included in that. I think in that entire process, I think that would help significantly increase the adoption rate of these generative AI tools. Gosh, I'm just blown away by this. Look at this, such diversity in the design styles. in the ability to take prompts and produce really high quality outputs. And then the depth of control that you can apply by using more advanced prompting techniques, and even like passing it not just the simple description of the product, but also the scene, how that should be laid out, and even going into and defining where in the scene should certain objects or elements be added. And this is just, to me, this is just kind of bringing it all together in a very elegant and user-friendly way, so that people can get, can dramatically shrink the time to value and experience that wow moment. So I just want to keep going with this. I mean, I could keep generating these things all day long, but I'd love to get my community involved in this, and helping to create, come up with ideas, expanding the prompt library, the scene templates, coming up with really great images, and then sharing them to the community. I think that would just be really fun, and I'm looking forward to doing that very shortly. So stay subscribed, stay tuned. It's probably just a matter of days at this point. I just want to, in order to really let people start using this, I want to start integrating some user table and account management stuff on the database side, so that your images are going to be saved to your personal gallery, and then those that you choose to share can be shared, and everything else like that. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for the time today. You know what? Let's do one more. Why not? Let's do one more. A neon kanji sign illuminating sleek electric scooter in rain-soaked alley. Oh, that sounds cool. We'll do that. So we're gonna do an electric scooter, rain-soaked alley, and maybe we'll do the retro futuristic neon style. Why don't we try that? Or we could go with the holographic tech ad. This is more of a floating. Yeah, so if we wanted to do the alley, we'd probably want to have, a shot of buildings and a street or a road. So we'll go ahead and try this one. This should work. I think this will be a great fit. So let's go ahead and try that. We're gonna do the electric scooter with a kanji sign. So it's gonna look like you're in Tokyo, and then like maybe with like some neon retro vibe aspect to it as well. So that is working. It's generating. It's pretty amazing how quickly the output comes, and really it's because we're tapping into essentially a supercomputer, right? A massive data center cluster running really advanced software, and giving you the power of this massive supercomputer directly to you. Let's see if this can complete. Wow, that looks pretty cool. Once again, I'm consistently impressed. I'll need to do the translation on what exactly this kanji symbol is. If it's made up or it actually means something. I'd be really impressed if it actually meant something in kanji. One of my Japanese speaking friends is going to have to help me with that. But yeah, that's really cool. Actually, you know what? I do have Google Translate that I can use. So let's see if I can, I'm going to look at it now. Okay, it does mean something. I think Google Translate is translating this into a word that does exist, but I don't think it actually relates to this image directly. But it is, I do think it is an actual kanji word in Japanese. So I mean that's cool. No, this will only get better. But yeah, this is all I wanted to share with you guys today. I thought that this feature is so cool, it deserved its own segment. So hope you guys are excited to try this. As I said, subscribers to my channel, you will have early early access to the ShopBirdy product designer tool. And I'd be absolutely thrilled if you'd give it a try and share your creations, and let's build a little community around this. Cross-border, Thailand, US, any countries really, that wants to be excited about the future of product discovery, product design, shopping online, online creation, AI, and everything in between. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.